All right, just a little update on the ZJ. I have been clinically diagnosed with CLSA, meaning I can't leave shit alone. I just wanted to buy the damn Jeep and go out and enjoy it. I need to go to Nevada and do some scouting in the backcountry, and I thought the Jeep would be a decent fuel injected, overdrive, reliable vehicle for me to go back and forth. And anyways, I can't leave shit alone, so I bought these tri-wise, stainless tri-wise, and that's going to go into a 3-inch pipe. I've got stainless exhaust tubing that I've been doing a lot of work with, so I'm going to run a single 3-inch. I've got this Summit. It's a straight through 3-inch muffler. I'm going to go ahead and cut off and weld in that EGR port there because I don't need it. I've already been through the transmission. I didn't take it out of the vehicle, but I was doing all the fluids, so filter and pan gasket, obviously. And while I was doing it, I thought, well, I'm in there. Let's drop the valve body. Let's do a stage 2 shift kit. While I'm doing that, put in some billet servos, billet accumulator. I didn't have any shifting issues with the tranny, but doing the shift kit allowed me to raise the pressures, put a little bit more pressure on the clutches, and maybe I can solve a problem before it becomes a problem, before the clutches start to slip. I mean, the thing's got 216 on the odometer. I don't know the history on it. I don't know when it was last rebuilt. So let me throw some pressure at the clutches. Let me do the billet servos and get away from the dreaded, reverse servo that cracks all the time. I mean, I do a lot of these 727s and 46s, and I've seen a lot of the cracked servos. So while I'm in there doing the filter and pan gasket, might as well knock all that stuff out. I did the rear end fluid. I put in Redline, which is ridiculously stupid. It's like $100 a gallon, but whatever. I did the rear end fluid. I haven't touched the front axle yet. So on these headers, I'm throwing out the crappy gaskets that you get, and I'm running Remflex. I've been really happy with the Remflex. I'm still going to make you guys an exhaust video as it pertains to small block Chrysler and Magnum stuff. I just haven't had time. Also, there's 12 filters there, Wix 51085. If you're like me and you own a bunch of Dodges and you're going to run the same filter, I found that on Amazon, so it's a dozen filters. I think it cost me maybe 80 bucks or something. If you go to these parts stores lately, and do your oil changes one at a time, you're paying $9, $10, $11, $12 sometimes for a filter. So just some food for thought. Look on Amazon, buy in bulk. There's a dozen filters there for 80 bucks. And I've got at least, I want to say I got 3 5.9, 360 vehicles right now just in the front yard. So it's not like I'm not going to use them. I bought some, what are these, flow matched injectors. Those will go in the kegger. I'm not going to put them on right now, but when I'm done modifying the kegger and working the heads, if you've watched my other videos, you see I'm working on a kegger, and I'm doing some minor cleanup on some stock heads. When that all goes on, it'll get these flow match injectors. I've been piecing together some 180 degree. This is a fan controller. So the ZJ 5.9 has an electric fan, but I noticed the fan doesn't come on till like 210, 212. And I got a 180 thermostat, but I don't want the fan running all the time or not running. So anyhow, I picked up some fan controllers that will work in conjunction with my 180 thermostat when I do the kegger mod, when I put the kegger on. V-Power spark plugs, I've run those before. I've been pretty happy with them. Timing chain that's going to go with my cam that I ordered. I ordered a very small, that's a 208 duration Hughes cam. I've just been piecing together header bolts. This Excel coil's got a pretty good reputation on the Magnums. I don't know if there's a part number on there, but pretty good reputation. So I also ordered some of the Dragon Fire, I think they're Dragon Fire wires or something like that. Again, good reputation with the Magnum, so I'm just going to wait and do this all when I do the top end, when I do the mildly worked heads and the kegger. And because, so if you know on these Magnums, you know, it's common that these header bolts, the stock manifold bolts, break when you're trying to put on headers. And a lot of times they break where you can't really drill them out, and then you're pulling the head anyways. So again, I figured, let me do some heads. I'll do the whole top end. I don't care if they break, because I'm ripping out the heads and everything, and then I'm going to, you know, new heads and bolts and everything. And then I kind of splurged. I probably shouldn't have done this, but I bought these Endurance Series 1.6 for the Magnum. I don't know, that was probably just stupid, but that's what it's getting. So mildly worked heads, stock valves, Hughes spring kit. Mostly I'm opening up the throat to 90%, which is, I think, going to be the biggest thing, because they're pretty bad in bone stock form. So it's getting a whole top in, and at the same time we'll throw out the cats and see if I can't push the thing to maybe 380 horsepower, and maybe then I can learn to leave shit alone. Anyhow, I'll keep you updated.